Yeah, so today's video I want to focus on the crime plan that we think the Prime Minister should start to implement. So yes, I think I'm qualified enough to speak on this matter of crime. The University of the West Indies, Mona, gave me my minor is in criminology. So my degree is from Mona. So I think I'm qualified enough to speak on the matter of criminology. Now, first and foremost, I want you people to answer this question for me. Do you agree that criminals are smart? Do you agree? Do you agree that criminals choose their victims, choose their location, choose their time to do their stuff? Yes, you're right. Criminals are smart. And this is why we have to know how to counter criminal. So what we want the Prime Minister to understand, and you can get this from any criminologist anywhere who study about crime or who has a degree in criminology. My minor is in criminology. My full degree is not in criminology. My minor though is in criminology. So I want to explain something. In order for you to stop criminals, the theory says that you have to put in something you call deterrent. And I'll explain that and how this Prime Minister may use deterrent to stop crime or to mitigate crime, because you can't stop crime. Crime is inevitable, right? You can't stop crime, but you can put a dent on crime in a serious way. And I want you to tune in to listen to these tactics now. Alright. Number one, right? First thing my Prime Minister need to do is to make a legislation to back up all of these things that I'm going to tell you, because you can't just go ahead and start arrest people for random things and expect to get them into the prison system convicted, right? If you don't have solid legislation, solid laws, I mean what we call legislation, a law, solid law to back up what you're doing so that the criminal can't escape, right? So first of all, you need to put into place a legislation to cover all of them 6 things here what I'm going to tell you about, right? Alright, so number one, you know what we need? Only if you put it in the legislation, all cameras coming in the country should be duty free. Why? Remember what we're talking about? We're using the deterrent theory now to get rid of the criminals' activity. So we're using the camera as a deterrent. As I told you, criminals are smart. A criminal not just going to get up and come and rob you because you're big and thick and muscular and you might have some high power. No, he's not going to do that. He's going to choose his victim. He's going to calculate what he's doing before he does it. He's going to weigh the risk. So the truth and fact about criminology is that we study how criminals operate and what they're afraid of. What they're afraid of is long sentence and forget catch. Them don't want that. And the risk. So them always weigh the risk. To look at that and say, well, what if the risk are worth it? So listen to this now. The first thing that the government should do is to make all cameras coming in the country duty free. Yes. When a criminal look up and see one camera, you feel say him still got him crime? No. Because him knows that evidence he could for him get sentenced. Right? So we need dash cam. Every camera coming in the country should be duty free. That is number one. So we have everywhere where this duty free camera them can put up, we put them up at all central locations. And it is going to serve as a deterrent. Also in the legislation, they need to have a body that deals with just the footages that we are going to put up. Cameras at every intersection. You don't have to put it in every lane, but at most intersections. Remember, you're buying this thing and you're shipping it free. You get the clearing it, no money for clear, duty free. Or just a little piece of money for clear, right? So you just make sure say we have enough camera to put up at all intersection, and we have a communication center where all information can log to. The cameras them are next thing again. You go put in a legislation that we can use them in the court. Whenever you have a problem with a criminal and you're investigating, you go and send somebody like a GPS, go put up one bulb behind gate, one camera and spy him out. But you have to put that in a legislation first. Else it not go work. They won't talk about invasion of privacy, this and that. So you must put those things in legislation. So the camera is number one. You see how long with the pan it's going to serve as a deterrent. Two things criminals like, according to criminology. They don't like light. They don't like place where fence up and cluster up. They don't like that. They don't like, they love darkness, right? They don't like cameras. So these things, we must have these things to serve as deterrent. Number two, we need an ankle bracelet system, another deterrent. Now, when a man knows it, he does a crime, and everybody are going to see me at the ankle bracelet there, they going to know say I'm a criminal. Yep. Who wants that on their foot? Not a deterrent. Who wants that on their foot? Once you're going through the system and you get bail, you should pay for your ankle monitor for the time it's going to be here. You're going to have to pay a fee to get it. That's number one. It's going to be able to track your location, as most of these recidivists or repeat offender, or we call them be continuing doing over the same crime. So if you have that GPS tracking device on them foot, every them tap out of them house, who they pan bail of condition for curfew and if you left them house 6 o'clock or not, if you go in a certain area, it is monitoring them. Who want to go mess with the witness, it is monitoring them. So that is another deterrent. How much criminals go want that on them foot? How much? So that's number two. Number three, we need a mandatory lie detector test for all immigration and custom officers at the wharves or at the ports. Yes. Every 3 months, mandatory lie detector test. So they feel it's so you fire them because people want work. That will serve as a deterrent as well, because whatever them know about what them are let you and one with them foolishness down there, them go off to shape up, because nobody want to fail a lie detector test there and then get fire put on some leave, right? Until the investigation done, which you might not done for now, right? So we need mandatory lie detector tests for the custom officer them and the immigration officer them, which are them in charge of the border, and everything are come through the border. So we need like mandatory lie detector tests for them to serve as a deterrent. Yes. Next thing, in the fishermen who are actually going out to sea. Yes, in the legislation or in the law that you're going to make as well, you're going to put in it that all fishermen starting the effective XYZ, all fishermen, part of the protocols for them to get licensing, they must have a GPS system on their boat. Yes, the GPS system will be connected to the cyber center that we have that monitors the cameras for all the streets and whatever that we were speaking about earlier. No, that GPS monitoring device on their boat will serve two purposes. One, it will track their location to see if they're meeting up with anyone out at sea to collect anything illegal. Two, it will rescue them if they can't be found. So that is a regulation that should be enforced. And any boat caught without the GPS system on it, then they're going to face heavy fines and possibly prosecution, or both. So that will serve as a deterrent. So you're not going to have no man willing to take your risk. Go if you go collect no when he knows, say, boy, GPS, them go to watch him tonight. Because, you understand? Them go to watch him tonight and then come just grab him when he come back because you have him location. Right? You know, suppose your family member not supposed to last at sea and we can link the cyber center and then locate your boat. Right? So it's a two-way purpose. Good. Number four, we need a public humiliation list. What I mean by that? Whoever has been convicted before should make the list. Yes. Once you're convicted of any crime whatsoever, and anybody go on their computers or go to the post office and pull up your name in alphabetical order, they can see the date you were charged, the offenses you were charged for, and The date you're charged, the offense you're charged for, the time you served, and all of that there should be a list for that. Yes. So when a man meet a girl and a girl want a background check on him, or when a guy meet a girl and he want a background check on her, him just type in her name and it come up. That will serve as a deterrent when the little young boy them a grow up and know say, if you do one crime, your name a go up on the list out there. And right away you go get blacklisted. How much of them think they want to do crime? How much? So that would serve as another deterrent. And these deterrents you have to enforce. Once you enforce these deterrents, you put these in place, you're going to see results. You're going to see mitigation of crime well to a low degree. Alright. Next thing we need, proactive, intelligence-led policing. But what do I mean by that? Yes. So, intelligence-led policing, what this would do would serve as another deterrent. Because we are going to also put in the legislation this. The shareholders, such as the insurance company, because they are losing it. I'm talking about stolen motor vehicle in that respect. The insurance are shareholders. They can come together and help to purchase bait cars to put in the hot locations so that the criminal can come and steal this car and the police could track it with a GPS to find out where they are keeping other cars or where their car stealing ring is, and to get prosecution. So we could put those in legislation to get these kinds of prosecution, to have bait cars set out there to dent these criminal organizations. Who feels it knows it. I lost 2 cars because of criminals. So to put in place a crime plan, you must take 2 things into consideration, Mr. Prime Minister. 1, criminals are rational thinkers. They're wise. So we use a rational theory to think like the criminal. Second of all, we use a deterrent theory to deter the criminal. So what the criminal is planning is a cat and mouse game. And the criminal is smart, but the system can be smarter. Follow for more.